Tonight on Hunter.
All the burns on the body were not caused by the fire.
Torture?
Somebody nosing into our case again?
Yeah, and I don't like it. Where is Tingo Chavez?
He's a man who's going to make you very rich.
So we got a $2 million puzzle, and we're missing some pieces.
One of my couriers is an informant. Take me to Becky right now.
If I had 20 cops down here, beating the bushes looking for her, in 2 hours I'd hear it on the nightly news.
The hell am I doing? I shot.
We didn't find him till this morning. He was under all the debris.
Does this fire tie in with the one Monday on 34th Street?
Yeah, I think so. So does your boss. This place has got the same burn pattern as the first place. Low charring. The suspect used a flammable petroleum product to put on the body again. I'm sure it was gasoline.
You said my boss was Charlie Devane here?
Devane? No. This guy was a lieutenant. Said he was from homicide.
What was his name?
Lieutenant Jack something. He was asking questions.
Like what?
Well, age of the victim, sex, you know. I'm sorry if I was out of line.
No, you're all right. I want to ask you something.
Did we ever get the ID on the first victim?
No, we're working on it. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Sergeant Hunter, LA Homicide.
Hi.
You see what went on here?
Sure did. I saw the dude who started it.
Yeah?
Yeah, he jumped in his truck and he drove off down the street.
What kind of truck was that?
It's one of them go-anywhere 4x4s. You know, I thought every house on the block was gonna go.
You wouldn't have got the license number, would you?
Hell yes. It's 2KX0715.
Welcome to the Regency, Miss Baca.
Sacramento operator, hold for your contact switchboard. Switchboard.
I'd like to get in touch with Jack Chance immediately, please.
I'll have to patch you through.
Patch me.
Please hold. He's on assignment in LA.
Tell him it's Becky.
Ringing now.
Yeah, Jack Chance here.
Hold for Becky.
Put her on. I gotta talk to her right now. Come on now!
Who you calling?
Oh, you. We were a little early, and I wanted to find out if the car was on the way.
Becky hung up.
Get her back!
It's a long lines
Call. I'll try.
What are you doing here, Tingo? I thought you'd just send the limo for me.
Mr. Sherman's very impressed with your work. Wants to meet you, Becky.
And just who is Mr. Sherman?
He's a man who's gonna make you very rich.
Oh, let me help here.
Thanks. Take this.
You could have made 2 trips.
No, I couldn't. By the time I got out to the Roach Coach, all the really good stuff would have been gone.
What is this thing anyway?
It's a file of every arson fire in L.A. over the last 4 years. Devane said there was another John Doe arson murder last night. I figured I'd check it out, see if we can tie it into a known arsonist.
That's a good idea. Do me a favor. Run this license plate of a 4x4 through the DMV. See if anybody's run it in the last week or so. Be very discreet about it.
Somebody nosing into our case again?
Yeah, and I don't like it. Remember the battalion chief at the 34th Street fire? He said there was a detective snooping around there. We couldn't identify him. Well, he's back again.
So what do you think, FBI?
He could be anybody. I don't know who he is. He's on my case. I don't like it. Anyway, when you get a rundown on this number here, give me a call.
Okay, oh, wait a second. Did you get an ID on this morning's victim?
No, like your Danny shoes. Burned beyond recognition. See you later.
Yeah, Tony, are you sure about that? All right, good. Well, listen, I do appreciate the effort, thanks. Robbery, homicide's a negative.
What about the major crime unit?
Now, I saw Captain Casey at a retirement dinner last night. I think he would have mentioned it. What makes you so sure this is a cop? Maybe it's just the firebug getting his kicks.
No. According to the arson investigators at the scene, our boy has been asking some very specific and technical questions. He's legit, all right.
All right, well, I'll call the feds. Maybe they've got somebody working down there. Here's the post-mortem on John Doe number 2. He was bound to a chair. Like John Doe number 1, he was also shot once in the back of the head. Very interesting on page 2 there. All the burns on the body were not caused by the fire. Preliminary investigation says maybe high-voltage electricity.
Torture?
Wasn't that fast?
I'll say.
The 4x4 is registered to a Henry Granado, 11921 Wilshire Avenue. I checked. It's a condo. The car has been run twice. 2 weeks ago by the county clerk's office. That usually means they're prepping a repossession.
Who ran it the second time?
I don't know. Somebody in Sacramento this morning, 0900.
But who in Sacramento?
The computer refused to ID the requesting agency.
What? Now, that doesn't happen very often. I don't like that. I'm gonna make some calls.
Did you match Granado's car to a driver's license?
Yeah, they're correlating the registration address to licensed drivers. There's 13 Henry Granados in the state. Got the pictures on the way by laser fax.
Good. I think what we should do is get a search warrant for Granado's condominium. I'll go out and sit on it until you show up.
Sounds good.
I think he's definitely Hispanic.
Can you tell how old he is?
Well, I'm not even going to be positive even when I'm finished, but I'd say he's probably in his mid-30s.
How soon can you have this guy together? We got another one this morning, same MO.
Well, I'm not real sure about the hair, but the face is pretty close.
Henry Granado.
That was fast. How'd you manage to do that so quickly?
Well, the killer drove Granado's 4x4 to the scene of the second murder.
Well, I think you ought to tell that to the lieutenant. He certainly didn't seem to know that this morning.
Let me ask you a question. Can you tell me what this lieutenant looked like?
Well, yeah. Let me draw it.
Becky. I'm Philip Sherman. How did your trip go?
It went fine. I prefer flying, but I understand the concern.
This is a little too risky right now with the feds watching all the airports now, isn't it? Dingo. Any chance you were tailed?
Absolutely none.
Good. Should be 2.5 million.
It's all there.
Oh, I'm sure it is. But we'll count it anyway. You see, Becky, we've been experiencing sort of a cash flow problem on the East Coast. I'd like to get your input, if you don't mind, on what we could do to protect ourselves against any future interruptions.
You'll have to be a little more specific, Mr. Sherman. I don't...
Of course. Let's see. 2 weeks ago, we lost $1.5 million when it arrived in Miami. Now, you and Mr.
Granado.
Yes, Granado transported it there. Now, 6 hours after you turned it over, the feds arrested my people and confiscated the cash.
Why didn't you tell me? I mean, hey, everything went fine. We followed Tingo's instructions to the letter. You ask Henry.
Oh, I have. Believe me, I have. A week later, we lost $1 million in Fort Lauderdale. Now, you and your husband moved the money that time. Is that correct?
Hey, wait a minute. Now, you're accusing us of something that happened thousands of miles away. Hell, we could have been back in L.A. by then.
You know what? It's exactly what your husband said. Right up to the end.
Oh, what's going on here?
That's what I'm trying to find out. Oh, I know one thing for sure. One of my couriers is an informant. Well, maybe more than one. Now, Henry and your husband both denied working for the law. You're the only one left to question.
Phoenix and Tucson and San Diego? I was wondering why you had me on the road for 6 days. You were keeping me tied down. Where are they?
You know what, sweetheart? I would suggest that you concentrate on saving your own skin. Now, are you working for the cops, Mrs. Baca?
You are crazy. I'm leaving now, and I would suggest you do nothing to stop me.
Never gets easy. Does it, Tingo?
Hey, McCall!
I'm in here. Hi.
Hi.
There's suitcases, a money counter, and some clothes in the closet, not much else. This apartment has 2 spaces assigned to it in the garage. There's nothing there. And there's no 4x4 out on the street. Manager said Granado had a couple living with him, Becky and Dave Baca. And my guess is they left in a hurry, and probably a few days ago. This coffee's pretty moldy.
What'd the manager say about Granado?
Said it was pretty secretive, kept to himself, didn't say too much. He leased this place out for $1,800 a month, paid cash.
Let's go check the rest of the place out. Come on. Okay, let's see what we got here.
Got anything?
Well, I don't know. You tell me.
What is this?
Oh, boy.
Wow. Huh. What do you think? Was the SNL scare?
I don't know, but this stuff's real.
Huh. Well, check this out. That's Granado.
That must be John Doe number 2, huh?
Mm-hmm. Question is, where's his wife?
Yeah, Sherman.
The cops just got a search warrant for Granado's condo.
Relax, read the affidavit. Does it mention anything about an informant?
No. It appears to be a routine follow-up to a murder investigation. They're looking for a suspect.
Everything's fine, right? Stop by. Got a little something special for you.
You see Tingo Chavez around here today?
We open at 5.
Well, listen, you could help me out here. I mean, Tingo, he owes me a few bucks, and if you could point me in the right direction, I could make it worth your while, you know?
Look, geezer, hit the bricks running before I tear your head off.
Now, why don't we just start all over again? Where is Tingo Chavez? This is it, pal.
Hey, what do I know? He blows in and out of here like the wind.
Yeah, but where does he live?
I don't know. My mother's eyes.
Now, this could be the end of the ride. So you think this over real careful. Who does he answer to?
The owner. Sherman, Philip Sherman.
And where's he?
How the hell do I know?
Thanks.
Bingo. Go around the block. We got a felony warrant in that 4x.
1 William 156, go.
156, meet 1 Adam 9, code 2, 6th and Alvarado, regarding your 187 vehicle.
Yeah, 56, roger.
Sergeant Hunter was the affiant on the warrant.
Is there any indication that Grenada was working for the cops?
No, nothing that I saw.
Look harder. Monitor their entire investigation. I'll buy anything you can get.
There's no backup. Everyone's tied up with a barricaded suspect on Wilshire.
Yeah, I heard all about that. Where is he?
Motel down the way. He met 2 guys, loaded some suitcases in the 4x, went back inside.
Where's your partner?
He's down there with a rover, keeping an eye on the motel.
Okay. You guys take the alley. I'll go through the front and try to get to these guys before they hit their cars, okay?
1 Adam 19. The driver's out of the room and he's getting into the 4x4. This is it.
Get going. Remember, south into the alley behind the motel.
Charlie, what do we got? Did you get an ID on him?
No idea as of yet, but I want to show you something. Come here.
That's the sign of the cross. Madre tattoo. Marielito.
Yeah,
Cuban.
that's what it looks like to me. Come here, I'll show you something else.
Must be more than $1 million there.
Yeah.
Drug money?
Well, I'd say if it is drug money, it's being laundered. The 2 mules who were handling it took off and heard the gunfire.
So we got a $2 million puzzle, and we're missing some pieces.
Yeah. I think we got one more piece of the puzzle to take a look at it, huh? All right, let's go. Bill, take the money.
1 Adam 19, shots fired. 11921 Wilshire Boulevard. Penthouse Suite. 1 Adam 19, code 2.
Don't even flinch. Don't even think about that.
Yeah. Jack Chance, Sacramento PD.
Okay, Lieutenant. Okay. Now, want to tell me about your friends?
We shouldn't have left you this long. But Tingo got held up. He was caught with another $2 million. Would you like to tell me how they found out?
I don't know.
You don't know. You really don't know. You see something? You see these batteries? Huh? I can do this as long as I have to. You can't. Now tell me. You're working for the cops. And I'll make it go real quick for you after that.
How long you been in town, Lieutenant?
Not long. Listen, Captain, I'd like to apologize for going around with your Sergeant Hunter here. Why don't we just call tonight a wash? I'll go home.
Sit down. You're not going anywhere till I find the truth. So sit down. And I'm not buying your I'm down here looking for a fugitive crap either. Why didn't you check in with us? Why didn't you let us know you're working on a case down here? What's the matter? All the phones in Sacramento busted? What's your interest in Henry Granado? Now look, Chance, we know that you were nosing around that first arson homicide, the one on 34th Street Monday night. The victim was Henry Granado. You know, I can call your boss and get him out of bed if you want.
Henry Granado was my informant.
All right. And the rest?
I'm on loan to the state attorney general. It's a task force working on a money laundering operation. They're muling drug profits to the East Coast and down to the Bahamas. My primary suspect is a Cuban. A Marielito named Chavez. Tingo Chavez.
What about the couple, the Bacchus, Dave and Becky? They were staying at Granado's condo.
State agents working undercover, posing as man and wife. I think you may have found Agent Baca this morning in that second torched house.
Well, I can understand why you're anxious. What went wrong?
Well, the feds, they wanted some money for evidence. What does it say? Supposed to look like accidental seizures. I tried to convince them it was too risky. Chavez and his people, whoever they are, I didn't buy it for a minute, so he started looking for leaks right away.
So you think Chavez killed Granado and Baca to plug the leaks? What about Mrs. Baca?
Her name's Becky Cruz, and he's probably working on her right now.
Why didn't you let us know? We could have searched for
Because you got leaks down here. Damn busters.
Well, then lay them out.
I ran some phone calls, a couple of license plates. Chavez found out, and that's when everything went to hell. So you can understand why it is I'm not too interested in you messing around with my case. Listen, I'm really dragging. You think you could have your sergeant here drive me back to the hotel so I could bag a couple hours sleep? Because then in the morning, early, we could go out, get Tingo Chavez. I'm sure he'd take us right to Agent Cruz.
That Chavez?
Yeah. What the hell happened to him? I shot him. You big dumb bastard. It's the only way I could get to her.
All right, what the hell went on?
Look, it was an accident. The cops spotted his car at the motel. It was an accident.
It was no accident. They were looking for that car. Damn fool should have burned it. He should have listened to me. All right. Is there any indication at all that they know about me?
None. Can't you find out?
Can I find out? This whole thing is taking a lot longer than I thought. Now with Tingo dead, I gotta do every little damn thing by myself. Now I need all the help I can get. I want you to be extra vigilant for the next couple of days. You understand? If I don't move $5 million down to Grand Bahama Island by this weekend, they're going to... Well, let's just say I'll be permanently persona non grata in Bogota.
$154.830 megahertz. That's our Tech 1.
Yeah. Just in case I need a backup.
Just in case? You know, you do have backup. Why don't you use it?
This has all the information I have on the case. Telephone tolls, address checks, and a complete background on the late Tingo Chavez.
You gotta get some sleep. You're losing your edge.
I think you're right. If you get out of here, I'll call it a night. Unless you intend to camp on my doorstep.
No, I don't intend to camp on your doorstep. You know, you still haven't answered my question. Why the solo operation?
If I had 20 cops down here, beating the bushes looking for her, in 2 hours I'd hear it on the nightly news. I don't intend to lose any more agents. What would you do if it was your partner?
I'll tell you what I'd do. I'd beat the bushes until I knew she was safe. But I'd use every available resource given to me to do it.
Yeah, you're right. Matter of fact, I'm sure of it. Losing my edge.
You better get some sleep. I'll pick you up at 0700.
0700.
You're nice. Until I find out.
So when I get to his room, I check it. He's gone. His bed hasn't even been slept in.
Well, I talked to his captain. He says Chance is a bulldog, but no rogue. But something is driving that man hard. You know, I get the impression that you like the guy.
Well, look, I understand you. I think you do, too. He's lost some people he cared about, he was close to. No, he won't be doing any sleeping. He's out there sitting on somebody.
All right. You keep me posted. I'm gonna call the Justice Department. We don't know all we should on this one.
Right.
Hunter, come here. I want to show you something.
Yes. What is that?
A telephone toll analysis. Agrusa over in narcotics took the toll records from Chance's file and he read them through the NIN computer. Check it out. This is what he's got.
You mean every drug connection in California has been calling the El Papagayo?
Exactly. It's owned by Philip Sherman. Agrusa says that they've had a lot of rumbles on him in the past. And by the way, I checked on Granado's car. For whatever reason, the county clerk's office ran a DMV check. It wasn't for a repo. One owner, and he paid cash.
County clerk's office, huh?
And you know who issues search warrants for telephone records.
County clerk's office.
Hi. I'd like a number on that warrant, please.
Okay. Your number's 3411.
Thank you. You have a nice day now.
Thank you. Mr. Sherman, please. Look, if you got a case, make it. Otherwise, I think you better release me.
Gloria, last week you ran a DMV on a car registered to a Henry Granado. Why is that?
Me? Sergeant, anyone in the office could have run that.
I understand that, but your ID number is right there.
Look, if I'm the first one to sign on in the morning, I leave the computer open. We have 60 clerks in my office.
Right after Sergeant McCall left your office, you called Philip Sherman. Why is that?
I called my brother Frank. He's been sick.
Your brother Frank. You know what we did, Gloria? We tapped your phone. You called Philip Sherman. You now have two choices. One, cooperate with me, or two, you gotta go to jail.
All right, these are the routes I want you guys to follow, all right? Also want a woman in every car. Understand? Every car. Makes it look better. And no one, this includes you, Ricky, no one exceeds the speed limit. You also got false identification papers in there just in case. Yeah, Sherman. Wait, ho. When did all this happen?
They just left. The cops searched Chavez's place. Apparently, he kept a diary. It implicates you in 2 murders.
Okay, read me the entire affidavit. Just listen. You gotta try to get a hold of that diary somehow, because that's the only thing that connects me with him.
Sherman, everybody just keep your hands right on that table. Now, why don't you just put that phone down and slide out of here? Because we're leaving right now.
Have a squad car meet me at 4311 Ventura Boulevard, code 2, hot shot, and then lock her up.
You got it, Sergeant.
Get on the floor! Come on.
Who the hell are you?
What? Hmm? Just take me to her, okay?
Crazy? Take you to who?
All right.
Just relax.
Oh, relax. Just relax.
Huh?
You remember me, Geezo? Drop it and throw
If you want to live, you take me to Becky right now. Come on. Come on. Just drive this thing.
This is Adam 11. Can you have William 56 meet me on an open tack? Thanks.
I want to explain. Colombians have a representative down here. His name is Tico Chavez. He's the one that called all the shots. In fact, he's the one that picked up Granado and the Bacas. Yeah, I mean, you know those cocaine cowboys. Violence is the solution to all the problems, right? I want you to believe me. I tried to prevent it. I didn't...
How much further is it?
All units on tap 1 standby. We have a tactical emergency.
Air 9, roger. He's making a left turn on Franklin.
Roger, Air 9. It's flown out of Miami twice a month. $10 million laundered through a bank in Grand Bahama, run by a Brit, Ralph Pennington. And the connection is a Colombian businessman who lives in Miami. And I'll testify to that. That's what you want, isn't it? Huh? Then you can take everyone in.
They're in the alley, rear entrance.
Okay, you guys watch the front. I'll go around the back.
Now, where is she? Where is she?
Right. Second door on the left.
Becky! Becky! It'll be all right.
No, please. You gotta believe me. It was Tingo who hurt her. It was Tingo!
Chance! Killing a drug pusher isn't worth it. Put the gun down.
No, he tortured Becky to death.
The law will take care of him. Put it down.
What would you do if it was your daughter, huh?
No!
10-4.